Good morning, first graders. Happy Thursday. We're going to be working on our math today, page 285 and 286. So we'll start right at the very top. It's going to ask us to write the differences. It gives us 4 problems there. We'll do one of them together. So it's 43 minus 12. So we know that we're always going to start in the ones column here. So we know 3 minus 2 equals 1. And 4 minus 1 equals 3. So it just gives you 3 other problems that you'll have to do by yourself. And then the next one says count by 10 starting with 1. So we have 1 here, and we're going to count by 10s to complete this. So the only thing that we're going to be changing is the tens place. So we have 1, and then it wants to know if we count 10 up from 1. So if we're not going to count by our 10, 20, 30s like we normally would, but because we have a 1 here. So if we put a 10, that's only 9. There's only a difference of 9 between those. So we're going to have to change the ones, and we're going to have to put a 1 in there because we're going to add 10 to each one. So it goes from 1 to 11 to 21 to 31. So you can see the pattern how we are changing the tens place to 1, 2, 3. So then we're in the tens place. The next number that we're going to do is 4. And then our 1, so we have 41, and then the next one, if we change a tens place because we're counting by tens, we have 5, and our 1, so we have 41, 51, and then we're going to have 61 here, and then it does give us 71, and then we know after 7, we're going to have 81, and then after 81, we're going to have 91, and they helped us with the hard part of going from 91 to 101. And then we have 111. And then we need to know what comes between 111 and 113. Or I'm sorry, 131. So we know it's going to be there's going to be a 1 in the hundreds place. And we're only changing the tens place, remember? So the 1 is going to have to change to a 2 because we're counting up by 10. And then we're going to add our 1 at the end. So it goes 101, 111, 121, 131. And then number 3 on your paper just asks you to write the number that is 1 more. So you guys can do that. And let's see here. At the very bottom it says write the before and after numbers by 2. So it gives us 76. So it wants us to know what is the before number and the after number if we count by 2s. So, and we're only going to change the ones place. So if we go from here, so we know it's going to still be in the 70s. So we have 7, and then 2 less than 6, we'll put 4. So 74, 76, and we know it's still going to be in the 70s. So 6, 7, and then 8. So if we go 2 up from 6, it gives us 8. And then the next one here, this one's a little tricky. So we'll start with going 2 up first. So if we have 100, we know that we're going to put a 1 here because it's still going to be a 1 in the hundreds place. We know that there's still going to be a 0 in the tens place. And then if we count 2 up from 0, we have 1, 2. So we'll put a 2 here. So 102. And then if we count down, we know that we're not gonna have anything in the hundreds place, so we're not gonna put anything there. And then we know that if we count from 100, if we count 99, 98 is how we count down from that. 98 here. So here's our counting below from 2 and above from 2, or less and then counting after by 2. And then on the next page, it gives you these cute little bumblebees and these flowers here, and all it's asking you is to count by 2s. So for number 1, it's asking you to help the bees. They have their jar of honey, and they're going to deliver it to each flower. Or maybe it's pollen. So we start 112, and so we know that we're going to keep the hundreds place with a 1, and we know that we're going to keep the tens place with another 1, and then if we count 2 up from 2, we're going to put 4. And again here, so we'll start with the ones column 4. We know that 2 up from 4 is going to give us a 6. And we know that we're not going to change the tens place or the hundreds place. And the next one from 6, if we count 2 up, we're going to put an 8. And we know that we're not going to change the tens place or the hundreds place. And then 8, after 8, if we have 9 and then 10, so we know that we're going to put a 0 in our ones place. And that means we're going to have to change our tens place from a 1 to a 2 because we'll have to carry it over. And then we'll put a 1 for our hundreds place. So it goes from 112, 114, 116, 118, 120, and 122. And then you'll have 4 more to do where you just have to count by 2s. And then for the bottom of number 2 on the last page, it says write the sums, color the even sums yellow, and the odd sums pink. So if we start with the first one, we know that we're going to start in the ones column, and we go 7 plus 5, and that gives us 12. So we're going to put our 2 down here because the 2's in the ones place, and we're going to put our 1 here because our 1 is in the tens place. So we'll have 1 plus 3 plus 2, which gives us 6. And then, so are we going to color that pink or yellow? So we have to color the even yellow and the odd pink. So since this is even, we'll color it yellow. And then here on the next one, let's see, this is the third one on your paper. So we'll start on the ones column. We'll go 8 plus 3. That gives us 11. So we'll put our 1 here from the ones column, and then the other 1 there from the tens column. And 1 plus 2 plus 6 gives us 9. And both of those are odd numbers, so we know that that number is odd. And so we will color that one pink. So the evens we're going to color yellow, and the odds we're going to color pink. And that is all you have to do for your math today.